Welcome back, everybody, to Tropicalmix. Today is August 28th, 2022, and we are here. I am Cullen, and above me is Gabe, wearing his colorful attire today.
What's up?
To the left of Gabe is Brett, residing in the peaceful town of Camarucho currently. And then below him, we have the one and only
The Senate.
the Senate, the head of the Senate. What is that called? The
Um,
senator.
you can just call me Nathan. It's fine.
Nathan. He just came from another meeting where he. What did you approve today?
I didn't approve anything. In fact, I
Oh.
rejected a lot of
Oh,
things.
okay. All
Well,
right.
actually, there was one order that I approved.
Yeah. We don't talk about it yet, though.
Hmm.
Anyway, today we are doing a recap on current news in the video game world. But before we begin that, we want to talk about what we are playing currently, as we always do. Let's start with Brett.
Well, I just beat this game a few days ago. Oh, that's awkward.
Yeah.
Judgment. Okay. Okay.
All right.
Uh,
Judgment.
Probably my third favorite game I've played this year. Um, yeah, it was really good having like a game set in the same world, but I think outside of like maybe one or two characters, like it had almost nothing to do with the games I played prior to this. Was refreshing and like the gameplay's similar, but there's enough differences between being, Kiru versus Yagami. Um,
Yagami.
and I did a lot of the side content. Like how much you walked in that one time? How many hours did I have on my file?
Why would I remember that?
I don't know. So I probably put like 30, 40 hours into that. I'm currently
My nose is itchy.
I got the Yakuza bug, so I wanted to get back into that, and I just watched like a video summary of Yakuza 3 because the gameplay is kind of ass. And I skipped to 4, so I'm about halfway through 4, and I am also playing the sequel, Lost Judgment. Fuck this camera.
Whoa, what
Yeah.
do you.
So, and I started Uncharted 4.
Started?
Yeah, keyword started.
Well, let's head on over to a boy Nathan.
Boy Nathan was playing Until Dawn, which was back in, what was that, 2013, 2014 by Supermassive. It's been
2015,
2015. Thank you.
shortly after Bloodborne.
That has actually been pretty fun. Since even though it's a horror game, I'm not too stressed out about it because I feel much of the gameplay is just very simple. It's a lot of quick time events, which I think for horror games, when you have a lot of control over what you're doing, it brings more tension. But when you just have to click buttons like square, circle, so on and so forth, it kind of removes some of that tension. But it's a good story, and I do enjoy the. I am enjoying where the plot goes. And then on Tuesday last week, a huge update dropped for Total War Warhammer 3, that has been the goal for Creative Assembly since they released the first Warhammer back in 2016, where they combined all of the maps, like the large campaign maps of the first two, and then the third one, squished it together into this mega map, and then included all of the factions and the races that have been added. So there's now like 86 very unique starts and factions that you can play a game in. So that's been really insane because it's really just a huge map, and it's just a sandbox that I've never seen before. So that's been really fun to just dive into that.
Yes. I still have yet to try Warhammer. Any of
I
them.
think Warhammer is much more beginner friendly, actually. Something about like there's a lot of role playing into it, in fact, where you have like your main characters can pick up different items and there's skill trees. There is like quest battles that are very unique to the character, and you can get unique items for that character. So I think it's less complex than the historical ones, but it's just stupidly fun.
All right.
That's what matters.
Gabe, what are you playing?
I've been kind of bouncing around from game to game. Not many have been sticking. I've been kind of in like a weird mood. I don't know. But the one that has been mostly sticking is Cult of the Lamb. If you don't know what that is, that's a newer game where basically the plot leads you to be the leader of a cult, and your job is to go on crusades, which is so it's a roguelike or roguelite. I forget the
It's
difference.
confusing.
Yeah, but you just want you have to go on these runs, dungeon crawling runs to get like resources and loot, basically to support your cult. Because along the way you recruit followers for your cults who help maintain your cults. So they help it. They help to maintain it by growing crops or by mining resources like lumber and like stone. And then another big thing that they do is worship, like a giant shrine at your cult. And when they worship, they give you these points that you use to the points that you use are for like a skill tree basically. But it's super cool because it like combines dungeon crawling with like life sim of sorts, because you have to maintain your cult, make sure, because if you don't maintain it, your followers might die. Um, yeah, it's fun. It's fun. I, I I did get it on Switch, which is where most of the glitches and issues have been, and I have noticed that because it's like a life sim, there's like cycles, there's days,
Mhm.
and I'm noticing as I get further into the days, like the game has more glitches, like it'll crash, it'll just like stop and freeze for like 10 seconds, which is making it kind of annoying to play. But I think I'll finish it. And then I recently started Sifu.
Beautiful game.
Yeah, yeah.
Amazing.
I rented it from my local library recently, which was amazing because it's just free.
Yeah.
I'm really liking it. I'm glad that they put out the easy mode, because it just makes the game more
You might have
enjoyable.
another update with an easier mode coming.
Yeah, yeah. I might even have to use that because I think the story and combat's really cool, but I don't know if I just I don't know if I have the patience to kind of get good at that game.
You should have heard Brett playing that game when it came out.
Oh, I bet he was
I
really.
didn't even play it. He's talking about himself. Yeah, I
Yeah.
was gonna say I wish that easy mode was out when the game launched, because like
Listen,
I would get woken up at like 8 a.m. to this guy just yelling in the living room.
listen. It was worth it. I platinumed that twice, both versions.
Twice? Dang.
Yeah, it was fun.
Isn't there one trophy where you're supposed to not kill like any of the leaders?
You guys, there's a trophy for sparing each one of them.
Yeah. Was that hard?
Well, you instinctively kind of are used to pressing the button to like kill them.
The kill button, sure.
Yeah. So like, you have to like. There were several times like where I would get to it and then I would just instinctively press the button instead of pressing the spare button because they're different buttons. So I had to redo it a couple times, but it's a little more annoying because you have to get their stamina bar down twice basically.
Yeah.
But once you kind of learn all the mechanics, it's not too bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what about you, sir?
Well,
I mean, I know what you're playing, but
I am one half a playthrough away of platinuming Dishonored 2. I just need to finish my not being spotted, not kill anyone playthrough. So I'm doing that. And also, I started up Sleeping Dogs Definitive Edition. Great game. So far.
underappreciated game.
See, okay, I think it might be, but like everyone on the internet says it's underappreciated, so I don't think it's underappreciated. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah,
Like
Overly
yeah,
appreciated.
like if
We've
you go on
got,
YouTube and search Sleeping Dogs, every single title, like a million videos, is like, why isn't there a sequel? It's the most underrated game of all time.
actually, I'm kind of glad we didn't get the sequel game because
The MMO.
the stupid MMO that was
Yeah, I watched a video of it. It looked like a PS2 game.
yeah, basically.
But that's
I
gonna
don't
be
know.
fun.
He's got some good clips from it.
I don't know. Okay, the first time I launched it, it said this game might not be experienced perfectly or something on PS5, which I've never seen a PS4 game show that. But there's some weird shit happening. So I don't know if it's because of the game itself or because it's maybe not super optimized for the PS5 for some reason. But yeah, we got some good clips we're gonna put on our YouTube channel. And if you remember the soundtrack video, we were talking about like dialogue in games. This game has like just NPC dialogue is so good in this game. So if
What's that one lady?
Special discount for men with nice shoulders. And she's like selling you ice cream. Yeah, basically they all have something really cool that they say, all the NPCs, but yeah. So that's kind of what I'm playing right now. And then The Last of Us comes out in a week or so. That's gonna be great. But yeah. All right. Our first official topic. This is unprecedented, my friends. We have a console price increase. The PS5 price has been increased. Basically everywhere except the United States. So first off, what do we think of that? Increasing the price everywhere but the US.
It sucks for those countries,
It does.
right?
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I don't think it's going to stop people from buying them. Sadly,
Yeah,
I think it went up at most like 50, not even 50
Yeah,
like
yeah.
euros or the equivalent or whatever.
Mhm.
Which is a lot, but you know, playing PS4 games that better. First off, the SSD is much like the SSD alone makes it worth the purchase versus a standard PS4 or even a PS4 Pro. But yeah. So my other question is, why do you think they didn't raise the price in the US? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
So my thing is, and like, I mean, I'm just looking at like the countries where they did raise it, and so like Europe and like the United Kingdom are like, I think it's like a 60-40 basically on like between PlayStation and Xbox. So I figured they probably like they probably raised it because they're like, well, we still have the market share.
Mm-hmm.
So if we take a tiny hit, we still will have that. I mean, Japan's pretty much non Xbox. I mean, that's growing. You know, that's changing, but like Japan doesn't even really buy consoles a lot anymore, so that hasn't been their focus a lot. I mean, just like looking at this list, it's like all places where I feel like they looked at it and they're like, yeah, we can get away with doing it here and still having market share versus like the US, it's pretty much like 50-50 right now, you know, like they're both selling through whatever they have. So, but if they raised it here, people who want a next gen console are going to be like, well, you know, why get that when I could get, you know, an Xbox for 500 or even a Series S for 300, you know? So I feel like they knew if they increased the price here, where like this is like their number one market, like they knew Xbox would take the lead here.
Yeah, yeah. That's a super good point, because that would have been like a PR nightmare if they would have done that here for them.
Yeah, but you know, again, I think Microsoft and Nintendo came out and said they won't increase the price.
Yeah.
I'm not saying okay, because like everything else in the world has gone up substantially in like the last couple years. You know, maybe not substantially, but the price of everything has gone up. You know, food, like most electronics have gone up a little bit. And then like you said, you know, both Microsoft and Sony are selling basically every console they have immediately. So like I can see why they did it, but at the same time they're still making a big profit on every console. So
yeah,
increasing
well,
the price.
that's the thing. The component prices are going down too. So
yeah, I don't know. It's really weird because usually after a couple years we get a price decrease of consoles. It's been less than 2 years and it's going up. It's kind of weird to think about, actually.
It is.
well, I mean, to Gabe's point though, like they're still gonna sell regardless.
So, Nate, since you're the only one without a PS5, if you were looking to buy one right now, for example, and the price went up in the US, would you still be looking to get one?
By $50.
$50, yeah.
At this point, like in
Like-
this time, yeah, I don't think it would deter me too much. Yeah, if I was looking to get a PS5.
Yeah, I just wanted this perspective of you because you're the only one, like I said, without one out of us four. So, all right, well, yeah, we'll see how the reaction comes to that in a couple of months. We'll probably talk about it at the end of the year again. But next we're talking about Saints Row because that's kind of the big release of the summer, I would say. And the scores are not good. Not good. So, I think we actually talked about this last year in one of our first episodes. Maybe the draft one. We talked about I think one of us, might have been me, said like I could see it getting really bad scores. But there was also hope that they're taking their time and it would be good. But so, what do you guys think of the game and the scores?
Honestly, I'm sad for a few reasons. The first being because I did draft it. I thought that I thought it was going to be just like the most perfect average game, average being like a 7.5. But oh God, just seeing the actual scores come out, because I looked on Metacritic and it's at a 63 right now, which is not good. And I was excited for it too, because I had missed the first run of the Saints Row game, so I was excited for like a reboot to kind of jump into the franchise. I think I'll still get it, but probably when it's on sale, like next year.
Library.
Yeah, the library.
That too. Good point. But no, I was stoked for it. I did the boss factory thing. I made a couple characters, just because I wanted to mess around with it, because it was such a cool character creator. I just hope that they'll take all the feedback they've gotten and maybe do some like mass update in the future to fix everything that just like doesn't work as well.
Yeah. You were pretty close to me in score, and I don't know with that. I haven't looked at it since the game came out, but was that minus 7 points?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a bunch more
Yeah,
releases left this
you
year,
do.
so we'll see.
Nate, I don't know if you've looked at the scores or any reviews or anything, but what are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I can't say I know much at all. Most of the observation that I've had is just from some of the YouTube channels that do these kind of video reviews. Lambasted it pretty strongly from what I remember from their thumbnails.
Yeah.
So I can't say I watched much. I didn't watch their videos or really know anything about why it's poor, but yeah, it's too bad.
Yeah, especially like I said, being. I mean, what was the last like AAA game that came out this year? Before this, Elden Ring was in February. Was there anything really after that? Horizon.
Oh my god, Elden Ring was in February.
I need
Mhm.
to see a calendar.
Yeah. I think Horizon came out like a week after Elden Ring, but after that, I don't really know if there's been a like huge release.
Mario Strikers.
Yeah.
Uh, I mean, there was Lego Star Wars.
It's not AAA either. I don't think. Well, maybe. I don't think so.
I think that's probably AA.
Yeah. But yeah. So I mean, that kind of is bringing me to my next point. Is I know where are all the AAA games right now? There's a lot of indies, and there's a lot of great indies. There's also a lot of shovelware indies.
Yeah.
Especially on the Switch and PlayStation. I'm sure Steam has them too, but you don't really see them as much as you do on this, Switch store and the PlayStation store. Brett, is there a bunch of indie or shovelware on the Xbox store? Like, do you see it without trying to find it, basically?
I mean, okay, like sometimes I'll see like when I'm going through like the weekly deals, there'll be like those cheap like
99 cent.
$5-10
Yeah.
games that are on sale for like $1 or so. But I don't see any like I don't think I've seen any like 1 or like 2-star games on there. Like I think I've seen some 3.5s. I think the most blatant one I've seen was there's basically I'm assuming it's a Duck Hunt style game. It's basically got the same art and it's literally called Hunt Duck or something like that. Like, and it's constantly like it's on sale every few weeks, and I'm like, Christ Almighty, how is this like on here? But yeah,
But yeah, so I mean, I know there's like COVID and everything, but so that obviously has hampered AAA development. But basically this year we're gonna have like 6 AAA games. I mean, we got The Last of Us coming out, which is a remake of a AAA game.
Right.
God of War, and then you usually your Call of Duty, whatever. But is there anything else like fall, winter this year?
Sonic Frontiers.
Sonic.
Are we considering that
AAA?
AAA? That might be
I
AA.
don't think so.
Overwatch 2,
Overwatch
yeah.
2.
Yeah.
Call of Duty.
Gotham
Wouldn't
Knights.
would Tales from Borderlands be considered AAA?
I think AA.
I mean, it's. I mean, how are we defining AAA? Because it's made by Gearbox, who makes AAA games. So
Is Tales from the Borderlands though?
yeah, but they're making this one,
Okay, but
or New Tales from Borderlands, or whatever they're calling it.
Yeah. But like, so it's. I don't think I would consider. Maybe it's just me, but any story, like game like that, like a AAA game.
I don't know. It looks more action focused than the Telltale game. Like when I watched the trailer.
But even like Until Dawn, or Detroit, I wouldn't really consider those AAA.
Okay. Yeah. So probably just the other ones.
But I mean, next year we might have a couple more, but a lot of the other things is a lot of AAA games that do come out are kind of bombed when they, come out lately. Avengers, was it?
Oh God, yeah.
That they're still
Cyberpunk.
making content for.
Wait a minute, and they got some people playing, but so that's good. You can even go back to No Man's Sky. That I think that was kind of like the first game that got a huge update that kind of changed the way the game was received. So a lot of people are doing that. I know Anthem. Did I say that?
No, you didn't.
No. So, that's BioWare. BioWare's put classic AAA games out constantly. Even like Mass Effect Andromeda was like mixed, but it wasn't like bad, right?
Yeah.
So I think like right now what we're seeing is a resurgence of the AA games. So Nathan, I want to ask you, what do you think? I mean, I know you don't play a lot of games the year they come out, but what are your kind of thoughts on this AA or AAA and indie thing going on right now?
It does appear to there is less AAA games this year. It certainly hasn't reduced in my mind just the volume of games that are coming out. There is still in that time period where games from the last generation are being migrated over into this generation. I'm looking through a list here of games coming out this year, and there's so many games or so many titles that are already released games coming to the new consoles. So I don't know. It's still quite overwhelming to me because I'm not always able to catch up with the games that come out right away unless it's something I know I'm extremely interested in. So there's never gonna catch them all, but
that's a good one. Good reference. What I was watching the other day, the 2009 Game of the Year award, presentation at the VGAs. Remember those? Remember the VGA?
Yeah.
So, and it, obviously it shows all the games that are in contention first, and I was like, holy shit, there were so many great AAA games that year. And now there's not very much, to be honest. So, just real quick, I just want to compare. So, 2009, we had Arkham Asylum. That would have been a worthy winner in most years, right? I would say.
That would have been my vote.
We got Modern Warfare 2.
Also would have got my vote.
Assassin's Creed 2.
Also.
How many votes do you have?
Yeah. Uncharted 2.
Also, yes.
2009 needed to chill.
Yeah. Here, sorry, I'm looking up some other games real quick.
Wasn't ODST in 2009?
Yep, ODST.
ODST, I feel like...
Guitar Hero 5.
When was Mass Effect 2? Was that 10? Was that 9 or 10?
I think that was 2010.
Oh.
Because that would have been nominated for sure. We got Infamous 1, which probably is not a Game of the Year contender, but that's a really good AAA game. Ratchet and Clank Future, A Crack in Time. With Street Fighter 4 and Tekken 6. I don't know. So that's just so Dragon Age Origins, Demon Souls. So Killzone 2. That was like 15 games we just listed. That were all well received AAA games of 2009. So
let's look up what indie games came out in 2009.
Yeah, go ahead. I can pull it up too, but there's probably actually a thing on here.
I wonder if this is maybe a sign that maybe like the game dev is taking longer for those bigger games.
I think that's part of it. I think also with how the market is, like, one, you need to come out. Well, okay, I think there's two things. One, you need to have for the most part, you need to have a sustainable game. Like, you need to have the live service element to keep people playing. And you have to, you have to pump it out regularly, and it also has to be good. Like Rocket League, that's why Rocket League's been so popular. Siege is on like year 5 or 6. Fortnite, obviously. It's got huge ass Dragon Ball Z crossover right now. But also I think the whole cyberpunk thing too, like especially like all these like bigger publishers, like you don't want to be the publisher that comes out with like a cyberpunk sized bug riddled game, which is like part of the thing I'm reading about Saints Row is like, besides the main characters just not being that good, that it's just buggy, like, and probably not to the extent of Cyberpunk where they had to remove it from the store, but
Yeah, that was crazy. Actually,
like,
unprecedented.
how many people are gonna be willing to go back to a game like that? I mean, like, I did this with Halo MCC. That thing was broken when it launched, and I've got like 65 days playtime. I mean, I went back to it, but a lot of people moved on from MCC and never looked back. I'm sure Cyberpunk has those fans. I'm sure just about any bug riddled game has those. So I think that's a big part of it. I mean, like if you're coming out with a single player game, obviously, you want to stick that landing. You don't really have to worry about much else. But
so Nate, what'd you find about the indie games?
There are some. There's not many that well, okay, here we go.
So let's
here we go.
Indie games in 2009 are basically put on Xbox Live Arcade or the PlayStation Network, probably for like $10. There was no limited run or anything.
So there's Plants vs. Zombies, Super Meat Boy, great game. Flower.
Okay, yeah.
Machinarium, great game. Limbo, great game. Passage. Never heard of it. Angry Birds. Isn't this funny? Like, we got one certainly more than the other, but 2 mobile huge successes that are labeled as indie games. I've seen Minecraft as an honorable mention in a few of these lists.
Funny.
Yeah, it's kind of weird to think about.
Super Brothers Sword and Sorcery. That looks like a mobile Apple game, and then Minecraft. And then Braid, but actually, I don't know why they listed it because that came out in 2008. So
way less quality indie games, but way more AAA games in 2009.
I think just maybe less indie games.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, obviously the less indie games, the less quality indie games there will be. So now we're seeing maybe a shit ton more indie games for sure, and a lot of high quality indie games. Sifu considered indie?
I wouldn't.
No.
I don't know. Just my immediate reaction was AA.
Yeah. I think it definitely falls either between them or
something about it being able to get locked up to just PlayStation as opposed to across the board. I don't know. That seems something like a indie developer it wouldn't be easy to do.
Yeah, that's fair. And locked to Epic Game Store.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, just over the past few years, you got Hollow Knights, Dead Cells, all kinds of things like that. So, yeah. So hopefully, we see a rise in the AAA games because honestly, the past few years we've probably been the fewest amount of AAA games since the 90s, I would say.
Yeah.
Like Naughty Dog and Insomniac used to release a new Jack and Ratchet every year, for example, on the PS2 game. And then a new Uncharted every 2 years. And now, for example, Naughty Dog is taking 4 years to make a new game. So, All right. Well, next on our agenda is Gamescom. I didn't follow Gamescom too much, so whoever did, you can start talking about it.
I mean, I just watched some like recap. Because I think I was at work when it was going on, but I don't know. I feel like there was a good amount of updates here.
I just kind of, I think I said this last year, but I just stopped watching video game shows because it's not, to me, it's not worth sitting there for 2 hours and then you only get hyped for like 2 or 3 things, and you can just watch the recap on Reddit like immediately after.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Here, Gabe or Nate, did you guys kind of look at anything?
I just kind of took away some headlines. Like the DualSense Edge controller looks dope as all heck. I just love like the contrast of like white and black when you reverse it.
Yeah.
So they just look so nice. I won't get it because I don't really have a need for that to use that type of controller, but it looks really cool.
Are you gonna get one, Colin?
Well, probably.
Probably like 2 at least, right?
Well, no, I already have 4 dual senses, but
Gosh.
but a nice thing is if you get stick drift on the DualSense Edge, you can. I guess you can do this on the other ones, but it's easily replaceable.
Right. Yeah.
And it comes with a small, medium, and large, so for a while you won't even have to buy a new pair of analogs. Just pop in a different size one.
Just hopefully it has like better build quality than the Elites do, because like that's the big issue, and like that's the reason I got rid of mine, was because I was just too afraid to use it because of how not durable the thing was.
Yeah, I think judge it. I mean, I don't want to judge it off the DualSense, but the DualSense is really well built. So I think, just taking that and then adding the couple features they're adding, I think it should be fine.
Let's see. We got a Harry Potter trailer
Hogwarts
with an official date. I don't think there was an official date before that.
Nope. And the collector's edition was revealed.
No. That's a big no. I don't know. Like it looked
fun.
Like it looks fine. I think I'm gonna wait to see, because like it comes out in February, and like the first 3 months next year are stacked.
Yeah.
So
for now.
Yeah, I mean, assuming everything doesn't get delayed like it did this year, but so I'll probably wait on that. Like it looks fine. I think, like you said, Colin, when we talked about it, the character models look kind of.
They look like PS3 characters.
I don't know if they're that bad, but it's
pretty bad.
It looks a lot different than like how good the rest of the game looks.
Yeah, the environments look really well done
though. Let's see. Gotham Knights got a new trailer. Showed off, I think it was Clayface and Harley as enemies.
I'm optimistic for this game, but I'll probably wait.
I'm excited. I think they moved it up too.
Who drafted this?
Did you get that, Gabe, or did I?
I don't remember. I think maybe you.
I think I might have grabbed it. I don't know. And like I said, I'm expecting high 7s, high 8s, but I mean, it's a multiplayer like Batman game, so I'm excited because I think we're gonna play this together, aren't we, Gabe?
Yeah.
As long as you get Red Hood.
Does it have cross play? We don't know.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
It
but
should not be allowed to release a game in 2022 without crossplay.
Yeah.
I mean, I agree.
Crazy. I would play with you guys, but here we are.
Just get a Series S, bro.
No. Lies of P. I don't even know what this is, but
so this is literally a Dark Souls game based on Pinocchio.
Yeah.
Who's it making?
It's launching. I don't know the developer.
It's an Asian studio.
But Colin, you should actually check out the trailer because there's one part where they're on a bridge and like most people are like, "Yo, that looks exactly like Bloodborne." Um, but it looks good and it's launching on Game Pass, so I'm definitely gonna give it a try. I don't really give a shit about like Pinocchio, like I mean, obviously the Disney movie and like
Bless you.
no, mate, I thought that whole time I thought you had like Palpatine like cut out. I don't know. That looked really good to me.
We talked about Tales of Borderlands a little bit, but
Yeah, okay, so for this, when it was rumored, because I think this was the first official announcement. When it was rumored that Gearbox was making, and all my interest went out the window. Because I love Tales from the Borderlands for like what Telltale did with the story. But then Randy announced that they got some of the Telltale writers who worked on Tales to work on the story for this. So I'm a little more optimistic, and it launches in I think October.
Yep.
So
the only thing that really excited me was Wulong Fallen Dynasty. We all know I platinum Neo and Neo 2,
Yep.
each the PS4 and the PS5 version, so 4 Neo Platinums. So I'm excited for this. They have added a jump button, kind of like Elden Ring did. They got rid of the stamina bar, and there's less emphasis on loot. Now, all those things I enjoyed about Neo, but I think, making a new game, it's cool to change it up, but it still looks like Neo, and it still has the action focused and cool, like, weapons. I think they said there's like 19 different weapons, which is crazy. And the boss fights are always great in Team Ninja games, so I'm excited for this. They said there's going to be a demo playable near Tokyo. What's
Game show?
Yeah, Tokyo Game Show is going to be a demo around then. So I'm excited to try that out.
When does it come out?
I think early next year. They didn't have a date, but they said early 2023.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm going to be playing the shit of ton of that when that comes out.
One game that caught my eye was the one called Where Winds Meet. That's like a samurai kind of looking game that looked like a lot like Ghost of Tsushima, just from like the environments and the color palette that they used. Yeah, it looks super dope. The trailer was like super hype, and the music that they used was cool.
I haven't seen that yet, but I love my samurais.
Yeah, samurai.
Speaking of Gabe, I forgot to give this to you, but I have the art book of Ghost of Tsushima for you.
No way.
I found it like half-price books for like $10 or something.
I'll take that. Heck yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
The one game I'm watching trailer from that was shown during Gamescom is Moonbreaker. It's
saw that too. Yeah.
It's from the Subnautica folks. I think it's really fun to get into like painting things digitally in a video game medium. So I haven't seen that before. That's kind of exciting to see that.
Oh, this is not related to Gamescom, but Tokyo Game Show kind of. Apparently, Bloodborne is getting us. The servers are going down for maintenance around Tokyo Game Show, like the day before or something. So people are wondering what that means.
Well, didn't the Dark Souls games on PC servers go down because there were a bunch of hackers like right before Elden Ring, and they're still not up?
No, they just came back up actually.
Oh, are they back up now?
Yeah, but
they were down for a while.
But yeah, you can't. I mean, you probably could hack the Bloodborne servers eventually, but they're not hacked. So, I mean, it could just be routine maintenance, but it'd be really weird that they would announce it like the day, or do it the day of like Tokyo Game Show, or like the week of it, instead of just
Yeah.
doing it like right now.
Right.
So people are wondering if there's gonna be like a patch, or to make it 60 FPS on PS5 or something, or maybe there's gonna be a
That would be nice.
announcement to like a port or remaster.
Y'all,
We don't know.
y'all getting your hopes up.
Well, it's just weird. It's like it's a weird coincidence if it's a coincidence. So
It is.
and it's kind of trolly if they're doing that, to be honest. Because like again, if it was like in August, like right now, like nobody would think of it, like, okay, they're just doing maintenance. But right during Tokyo Game Show is kind of weird. So
Yeah. Suspicious.
Anything else from Gamescom? Anyone? No. All right. Don't worry. Well, okay. Rumor is there's gonna be a PlayStation event September 9th, I think.
Heck yeah.
Or
Let's
8th.
go.
They kind of need the PR right now.
Yeah.
With the PlayStation 5 news. So
Well, the thing is, the cool thing I like about Sony is lately they've been announcing too many games. So like right now we have Last of Us, God of War. Those come out in the next couple months. Then there's like Spider-Man 2 and Wolverine. I really can't think of anything else they have announced. Well, the factions for Last of Us, but that doesn't really count, I don't think. Well, it does, but anyway, so I'm assuming they'll announce like their next big game. Hopefully, they have like so many studios that we have no idea what they're working on, so that'll be really cool. And they just bought a bunch of studios this year.
Yep.
So that'll be cool. I saw there was rumor about an Xbox event. I don't know if that's going to be true or not. But
they need one.
Yeah, they do. Everyone needs one. But yeah, so and then we got the Game Awards in December. So
they did give a date for that, so
okay.
I forgot what it is.
We will be streaming that most likely. We do that basically. We've met up every year.
We need to sign up for the passes this year.
Yes, we do.
Oh,
Not the day of.
We actually got it though. It just Anyway, yeah. So we'll be doing those. If there are events for those, check them out on our channel here. Next, we're gonna talk about the Kojima podcast briefly. Bert, why don't you start?
I just want to say I don't even know if that's just considered trolling at this point, but like Kojima's really the only guy who could make an announcement and be like, yeah, I'm making a podcast and that's it. Like, I mean, we all knew he was going to show up it's Jeff Keighley. Like, they always do something together. Yeah, exactly. So, but I mean, when was the last time Kojima like did something? Was it the Xbox event in June?
I think so.
So I think a lot of people were when they heard Kojima was coming, they were expecting like maybe something on that. But
you got to wait for the Game Awards for that.
And he just comes in, announces a podcast.
That's probably gonna have a lot of viewers though.
Oh, it will. Oh, and then I didn't put this on the whiteboard, but like Sakurai started a YouTube channel too.
I saw that. Yeah. Yeah. So we'll check that out. I'm assuming once it comes, but real quick, we're gonna get into multiverses. Gabe and Nate, have either of you tried that yet?
Not yet. It's on my Xbox. I just haven't made the time to play it yet. I want to. I don't know. Like I'm scared for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe just like jumping into a new like fighting game community seems so daunting. Like I feel like I need to learn all the different like the tricks and techniques to like have a good time.
Well, you can play against AI. You can
Sure.
Also, there's a lab where you can, it's a training mode, so
where you can test out all the characters, whether they're locked or not.
Yeah.
I don't think you've tried it, Nate. Have you?
Nope. If they bring back Gandalf, I'm in.
Well, I'm assuming they'll put somebody from Lord of the Rings eventually.
Well, with
Well, yeah, now.
Embracer buying the rights now,
Well,
like,
that's true.
so, like, my
But
Twitter feed, I would occasionally have, like, multiverse, like, leaker people who, like, talked about the leaks. And, like, in the beginning, like, when the pre-season beta was out, they were talking about there was code for, like, Gandalf and I think someone else. And then now they're like after the Warner Discovery thing happened, like there's almost like no mention of Lord of the Rings in the game anymore. So I think Gandalf would have been a cool fucking pick because you don't really have any like super projectile based characters.
Yeah.
Although I think Marty now is kind of a projectile one, but
well, so I guess me and Brett real quick, we'll just talk about it. Definitely the first couple matches are really weird, I would say. You know, it's not like it's a Smash, game where you can just pick anyone, and like some of the, learning each character is kind of different and weird. And then like the game, I mean, it's very similar to Smash, but it does play differently. So if you go in trying to play it like Smash Bros, you're probably gonna die a lot. And I don't know, I do like it more than any Smash since Brawl, but I also think and the servers actually work really well, but there are times like I'll get some server lag, and then it kind of ruins the enjoyment, and then you gotta take a break. But like learning how to play Superman versus Batman versus Iron Giant, whatever, they're all pretty cool to use, and they're doing a pretty good job at balancing all the characters and releasing patches. So I think the game will last a long time, but it also could just randomly fall off, unfortunately. But I don't see that happening unless something weird goes terribly wrong. But or like the new dude in charge of Warner Brothers Discovery is a jerk and removes the rights to like Superman and Batman. That'd be weird, but it's possible, I guess. He's doing some weird stuff.
Yeah, as someone who like, I mean, I started a week before you. I don't know, I think the core gameplay is solid. Like, I think I don't like comparing games to Smash, but I think this is the closest it's been to it. All the characters are unique. Like they made like the art styles of everything like fit together well. And like Gabe, I don't know if you bought the Nicktoons game, but I bought that at launch. I bought into the hype, and I played maybe yeah. I played maybe 2 hours, and like they didn't have voice acting back then. Like the maps were kind of yeah. And I just kind of dropped it. And like they have voice acting now, but like it's one of those too little, too late things for me. But like loading this game up and hearing Kevin Conroy as Batman or Matthew Lillard as Shaggy,
Or
like
LeBron James is LeBron James.
it's actually not
Yes,
LeBron. It's not LeBron.
It sounds similar in most situations, but there's a couple things he says
I can't remember what he did. I'd have to look it up, but it sounds more like LeBron doing really shitty voice acting for like LeBron.
That's a shame.
Well, I mean, James had a theory that do you remember those 2K14 cutscenes, Nate?
All of them kind of meld into like one.
They're all pretty
soup.
shit, but like if you were like on the Lakers, you'd like be talking to Kobe Bryant, and it would just be like the worst voice acting. It was actually Kobe recording the lines, but like, or like if you're on, I don't know, the Jazz or whatever, you'd be talking to Al Jefferson, whatever it was. And like, if just look one up, because it's really miserable, honestly. But James was thinking that he actually recorded lines, but it sounded really like it didn't fit in the game, so they had to get someone else. And I was like, yeah, I could see that. What was I gonna say? Oh, about the voice acting. There's a mature or adult language check mark you can check, which doesn't like swear or anything, but some of the things that get said is kind of crazy. Like
What?
like Velma would be like, "Take a shower, Shaggy," and then
Yeah, they interact all together, and
Ruthless.
like Batman will say to Superman, like, "Oh, should have brought that kryptonite batarang or something."
Batman to Shaggy is like, "Keep the sandwiches in your pants" or something. It's just, they say some kind of funny stuff actually.
So adult.
Yeah. Well, better than just take that, Batman, or whatever. So
Yeah,
it's kind of cool. And then
It's the freaking bat.
yeah. Actually, that's a good line though.
That is.
Yeah. Yo, can we
so
talk?
the guy who voiced LeBron in Multiverses voiced somebody in Fire Emblem Three Hopes
Interesting.
and a bunch of anime.
Of course. Nice.
John Bentley.
John Bentley.
Oh, he was somebody in Like a Dragon.
Oh,
Interesting.
this guy. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, he did Barrett in Final
Yeah.
Fantasy VII Remake. I don't know. Like it's a fun game. The thing for me though is okay. Well, one, cosmetics. Like I get it's a free to play game.
Bro, the skins are $10 or
Well,
more.
they vary. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Like the Batman animated ones, like $20
For a
alone.
skin.
Versus like $20 in Fortnite will get you like 3 skins, like a glider, a pickaxe, and like a unique dance. So like, I don't know. I know they need to make money, and they're probably like, I'm sure hiring Kevin Conroy and them aren't cheap, but like, I don't know.
Also,
Like,
the Battle Pass doesn't give you any Gleamium, which everyone was freaking
Yeah.
out about.
well, I mean, like Halo Infinite's first battle pass didn't either, and that was like one of the community things where they're like, okay, future battle passes, we're gonna include like currency.
But like every other game does that.
Oh, Fortnite does it.
Yeah.
Fortnite gives you enough
Rocket
to
League.
buy the next
Yeah,
battle
exactly.
pass. So, but again, like they've been really good about listening to community feedback. So,
Yeah.
I feel like at the rate they're releasing stuff, because I mean, we got LeBron was a new character in the beta.
It's still in beta.
No, it's officially out. I know it has some things it needs to work on, but it's officially out. But like we got Morty now, Rick's coming, we know Black Adam, and what's that thing called? Sprite from the Gremlins
Yo,
movie,
Sprite?
I think.
A can of Sprite?
I think it's called Sprite. I don't know. I've never seen Gremlins.
What is
So
it gonna
LeBron.
do? LeBron
No,
James
it's like a little,
Sprite
it's like a
cranberry?
little,
Sprite
it's like
cranberry?
it's a little gremlin thing.
Quench your thirst.
Yeah. Yo,
Yeah.
Grant Hill
No.
drinks Sprite.
It does.
That's a great
And
drink.
I know the main like developer has said like they're not limited to just Warner Brothers stuff. So like down the line you could see
Did you
other
see the
stuff.
artist, the main concept artist drew Ryu and some other Street Fighter characters?
Did he really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Be kind of.
Chun-Li.
I think Ryu could work in there. If they could
Cammy.
make Ryu work in Smash, they can make Ryu work in.
Well, I'm assuming Ryu will be one of the first third party because he's kind of like the fighting game character everyone knows.
Yeah.
And he
Yeah.
kind of fits in like any fighting game realistically.
Yeah.
So, I think
I don't
he'll
know,
be like the first one.
It's a good game. It's got the ultimate problem. The opposite issue I have with Smash, where like Smash to me is really only like a local play game where I have other people playing because the online is horrendous. And like this game doesn't really have enough offline content.
Yeah.
Which they've said they're adding like an arcade mode sometime in season 1, so that'd be nice. But the crossplay works great, so if you guys ever want to play it, it works good.
Okay.
which brings us to our last thing, which we've talked about a tiny bit, but the Embracer news. So, Brett, go ahead.
I mean, 2 days ago, they finished their purchase of Square's Western properties, so like Crystal Dynamics, Eidos, which means they get like Tomb Raider and Deus Ex and
Not to throw salt on the wound, but that would have included United Front games.
oh, I know. I'm very aware and sad.
What did they do?
Sleeping
They did
Dogs.
Sleeping Dogs.
Oh, okay.
Nate,
Okay.
Nate,
But
you might
they-
remember this. They also made Mon Nation Racers.
Nice.
Hmm.
But they they dissolved them. I don't remember what year it was, but it was a while ago.
Yeah, because they forced them to make a MMO, and then good times, publishers.
But like a week and a half ago, they bought basically the rights to all of everything. Oh my god. Hold up.
A lot of
Oh
shit.
my. They got Tripwire Interactive.
Yeah, I'm looking. So
They got a lot.
Oh my god. Give me Maneater set in Lord of the Rings universe.
with Shelob.
Nice.
Oh my god, give me Killing Floor and, well, no guns, but Chivalry 2?
Let's see. It's not the one I wanted.
Guys,
So basically, they got the rights to all of the Lord of the Rings, everything basically. They got Tripwire, which made Maneater, which I played and liked. Did you finish that yet, Nate?
I did.
Did you like it?
Yeah, I enjoyed it for what it was. It was fun.
Great.
they got a lot of shit.
They also got like it was like 6 or 7 more studios, and there was one they didn't even announce yet.
So
Like,
Embracer
they're like-
owns a shit ton of things.
Yeah, which I feel like no
They
one's
own
really.
THQ, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So they have a stranglehold. So, real quick, I kind of want to bring this back to the AAA game thing. Do you think it's better or worse that all these developers are getting bought by bigger companies? Do you think that contributes to the lack of AAA games? Do you think it'll eventually help the AAA games? Because basically, there's very few publishers now, like big publishers.
Well, I'll start. I think so. The thing with Embracer is they're mostly like the 2A.
Yeah, they're kind of the
I'll-
kings of that.
I mean, yeah. I mean, like, I would argue Crystal Dynamics is a AAA studio.
Yeah.
Eidos, I would argue, is a AAA studio. But outside of that, like Tripwire makes 2A games. Most of THQ was making like AA games.
Yeah.
Like Kingdoms of
Destroy
Amular,
all humans. Yeah.
Destroy All Humans, and most of that stuff's been remakes.
Yeah.
I think, which is, I mean, I think it's good.
Well,
If they, and like, I mean, obviously, Destroy All Humans did good enough to warrant doing the second one.
which got terrible reviews also.
Did it? Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I
Got,
know
like,
the reviews
60s.
came out the other day, but but I mean, it's good enough. You can play, you get to play older games that you might want to play. They might eventually put out a Time Splitters.
No, Deep Silver owns Time Splitters.
I'm pretty sure Embracer owns
I don't know.
Deep Silver.
They own too many things.
Yeah. So I think Embracer's good in the way that like the 2A game is able to live on. I think I don't know. I think the whole like studios buying everyone is kind of a good thing and a bad, like a double-edged sword. Like, because a lot of these developers and publishers have been playing things safe, like doing what they know will make them money without like taking a lot of risk, which is why I think we've seen indies rise up because they're willing to do that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So I mean, it really it could go either way. I mean, like when Microsoft bought who made
Bethesda.
well, I mean, like
Right.
no, when they bought
Rare.
who made Psychonauts?
Double Fine.
Double Fine.
Double Fine, yeah. So like they actually were able. Microsoft gave them the rest of the money to actually get them to where they wanted the game to be. So I think that's good. Or like the new Obsidian game, Pentulance
Pentiment.
or
Pentiment.
Pentiment, yeah.
Yeah.
That looks good.
Like it looks good, but also like it's not the kind of game like Obsidian was like just barely coasting. Like, you know,
They have
that's
like
not
4
something
games in development now.
they do. Well, that Grounded's coming out of early access next month, I think, or in
Yeah.
a few weeks. You know, like those were games like Obsidian wouldn't have made if they were independent. But then at the same time, like Sony bought Bungie, and I mean, I think Bungie was doing fine. I think they'll do better now, you know, now that you have like a backup plan, but I don't know. It's kind of a double-edged sword. Like,
I think it could be bad because I know they all say the games are gonna be multi-platform, but who's to say? Like
well, yeah, exactly.
Redfall, for example, is only on PC and Xbox, which makes me sad because I love Arcane.
Mhm.
So now I'm not gonna buy an Xbox to play one game, but I'll just have to get Game Pass and play it on my computer, I guess. Or if you buy a second Xbox, I could use it, but like that's just
Right
stupid.
back there.
Yeah. Well, so you know what I mean. But yeah, so and again, like when you get to the Activision stuff, what if you get a Crash Bandicoot that's only on the Xbox, and that's like, it's kind of shitty.
It is, but I mean, right now we're getting no Crash Bandicoots, so
Yeah. Well, we just got one.
well, I mean, yeah, but those studios are all working on Call of Duty now, so
Yeah.
I think, I mean, it does suck because like if they don't keep like okay, if Toys for Bob after the purchase does make a new Crash Bandicoot, I think it should be on both systems, or or even get it on the Switch if you can get it on the Switch. But at the same time, like I think this could be good because then Activision's right now is known for just sticking to their main money makers, like outside of like they had like I don't know if you guys saw it, Tony Hawk came out and said like they uh was it Vicarious was doing like a remake of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4,
Huh.
and it got scrapped so they could go help on Call of Duty.
Just like Raven Software.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoy Call of Duty, but I would also I want a Spiral 4. Like, who did the Spiral remake? Was that Toys for Bob?
It's for Bob.
Yeah, like they obviously like know it well enough that I think they could do a good sequel.
Well, also Vicarious made a bunch of old Spyro games too.
I mean, yeah, but I mean like
So
I mean, whoever made Crash 4 though, like people enjoyed
that
it.
was Vicarious also.
Yeah, like people enjoyed that game. Like not as much as like the original 3, but compared to like the scores that like
Mind Over Mutant
or whatever else came out.
Yeah.
Like
yeah, also how long we had to wait for a Crash and Spyro game after like Dawn of the Dragon and Mind Over Mutant. Those both came out in 2008.
Do you know how stupid expensive those games are?
Yes. They're like
I don't know why.
$80.
I don't know why.
Nate, what are your thoughts on this purchasing things?
It's definitely building up the video game industry larger and larger and larger. Just the worth of it.
Yeah.
I'm excited about certainly the Lord of the Rings thing. That they've purchased the rights to publish it not only in video games but other mediums that Embracer could work with. Board games. They have Asmodee as well. So that includes like Fantasy Flight games, and so
They own Marvel Champions.
yeah.
Yes.
So I think it's yeah, I'm excited to see the projects that they're going to come out with, and hopefully it does avoid some of the pitfalls, like kind of what you two were or you three were just talking about with the kind of pulling resources to larger franchises and thus kind of diluting the diversity of the product that they can put out. But I don't know if that's going to be the case, and yeah, I'd love to play first person shooter and my axe coming out in 2026.
Nice.
So
Another thing I didn't put in the notes here, but there was a rumor that Amazon was trying to buy EA, I think,
Yeah.
which would have been absolutely insane if that
But yeah,
if that happened.
nuts.
So I'm assuming Amazon is trying to buy somebody, and clearly it sounds like EA is trying to be bought. Well, maybe not. Maybe someone just made that completely up, but usually
I mean, there's been other rumors
Yeah.
that like Microsoft was gonna buy them, or
Ubisoft wants to be bought or something.
yeah.
So I'm assuming Amazon's going to try and buy somebody because they definitely want Luna to go up.
Succeed.
Yeah. And Google kind of gave up on Stadia, so
Yeah.
well, they're like renting it out to other people.
it's a nice controller.
It actually
is.
works really well, like the service. It's just the lack of games is what's killing it.
The commitment.
Well, that too, yeah.
Better than the Ouya.
Well, everything's
yeah.
the fucking Virtual Boy's better than that.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think it's weird because I really haven't heard anything about Amazon in a while, like related to games. So like,
What was that big studio they bought? Not like huge, but
Twitch.
well,
Nice.
they bought Twitch. Yeah. Somebody was making a game. Let me see. I'm gonna see who they own real quick.
they bought one of the Killer Instinct developers. I know that was a while ago, but
They released that survival game this year, didn't they?
New World?
Oh, the MMO.
Yeah.
Developed by Amazon Games Orange County.
And then actually they had two. They had Lost Ark and New World.
Such like vague terms for a game.
I don't know. Also, I'm mad that Facebook bought. Who is it? Ready at Dawn.
What did they do?
They did like Daxter on the PSP. They did the God of Wars on the PSP, and then they did the Order 1886, which I want a sequel for, but probably never get that because they were bought by Facebook, who is using them for VR games.
I think with these acquisitions, it just depends on each case, because with Facebook just seems like someone you don't want to be bought by, but then there's Bungie, who seems to be just still kind of their own separate thing, but then there's places like EA who shut down studios after they bought them, which is messed up. So I don't know.
Yeah, basically, I think Sony and Microsoft kind of let people do whatever they want now. I know Microsoft wasn't always like that.
To the good and bad parts of that, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Embracer also bought Limited Run. I don't
That's
think it's
right.
really gonna. I don't really think it's gonna affect anything, but
yeah. Yeah, that was kind of everything we had on the agenda today. Does anybody want to say anything else that they thought of during the hour and 15 minutes?
Pokemon Stadium on the NSO when?
Never.
Stadium 2 on the NSO when?
Also
I
never.
mean, I'll take both. Give me that stupid Ekans game.
Yo. Ekans.
Yeah.
We should do a stadium playthrough. Not
Tournament?
playthrough,
Well,
a tournament, yeah.
We would either
Yeah.
need to one get our 64 somehow able to be
Brick, I
streamed.
can easily do this.
We tried, remember?
But
We
I
should-
just need to buy something.
We should do a
Oh,
Kermit
boy.
the Frog Spider-Man game. Playthrough.
I saw that mod.
I didn't, but
Dude, the mods for Spider-Man PC have just been ridiculous. I've seen Fisk. I've
Yep.
seen Spider-Man. I saw Uncle Ben's gravestone.
Goddamn.
I just saw someone did like the Spider-Man, I think Unlimited costume. They did one of the Spider-Man like animated show costumes.
Nice.
And then yeah, someone did Kermit too.
interesting.
I'm watching a gravestone beat up people. It's mesmerizing. It just threw a manhole cover at him at a NPC.
Beautiful.
Wow.
Well, yeah, I guess that's going to be it for us this week. Don't forget to, if you're watching this video, to go subscribe to us wherever you listen to podcasts. Or if you're listening to this, subscribe to us on YouTube because we have all of these videos and more, such as a Super Mario Strikers tournament.
Where part 2 has more views than part 1. I don't know how that makes any sense, but
Because it's more exciting. How about that?
Yeah.
it might
There's
be.
more people there. But yeah, we also have some other stuff coming out. I actually found something from the Tropicalmix archives, guys. Do you want to hear about this? I already
Tell
told
us.
Brett.
Oh
So-
god.
He doesn't even remember this, but apparently one day in 2018, we were all at our house and we were playing Hot Shots Golf on the PS4. Do any of you remember that?
I do.
Okay, I found
don't.
that video, and I was watching, and it's actually hilarious. Like at one point, Nate was shooting. He was driving a shot or whatever, and like when the ball like passed the screen, like my character was literally right in front of where he was hitting his ball. So like in real life, it would have got hit, but it doesn't sound that funny, but it was actually funny. And there's just a whole bunch of moments in that video that are hilarious.
Yeah.
Nate shot one perfectly. He got like perfectly on the line, and then it just plopped into the water for no reason, and he was freaking out. Yeah, I have to edit the sound a little bit, but I'm gonna upload that
Sure.
pretty soon to our YouTube channel. So, yeah.
Cool.
What about the other one?
And Nate, we talked about this at your baby shower, but I found the unboxing videos of the Vita and the 3DS.
Nice.
Big.
Yeah. So, Tropicalmix archives.
We should bring that back. Bring unboxing videos back.
Heck yeah.
I was gonna do one for
The GameCube.
No, I don't have a boxed GameCube.
I do.
You don't have a sealed one. What did I buy recently?
A lot.
A backwards compatible PS3.
A Surface computer that I think you have since returned.
Yeah, always.
Right.
Always.
Always.
It's like a
It's part of the
biannual
plan.
routine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Buy an indie game, beat it in an hour, and return it on refund it on Steam.
Speed run.
That's how you do it.
For real though, I bought NBA Live 2005,
You did.
and I was playing it. This game is fun.
Is that the Ben Wallace one?
Carmelo Anthony.
Nice.
Wow. Said that with disgust.
That was the one with the first one with the dunk contest in the 3-point
Didn't-
shootout.
The Ben Wallace one was the one that melted in your car, right?
That was NBA 2K.
7 with Shaq.
Yeah. And yeah, it was in our mother's glove box for the whole summer, and it actually melted.
Wow.
Was that
Because
her
it was-
charger?
He was the Miami Heat.
Yeah, yeah.
Nice. Fitting.
Was that her charger? No, I think that was. What did she have before the
The
charger?
van?
Yeah, the van.
Oh,
Bro, those had that DVD player in the back seat. What are you
Oh
talking about?
yeah, it did.
Good times. Yo, tell me why vans are actually kind of dope for that. Like,
Colin's gonna get a van.
you know,
It's gonna get the Tesla van.
Cyberman,
Nice. Uh,
I'm getting a Cybertruck.
Blu-ray player in the back.
HD DVD player
yeah.
Yeah, fuck. You should buy one of those if they're cheap.
for all like 3 movies that are on it. I think like
Yeah.
King Kong and I couldn't even
Yo,
name 2 other movies that
I
are on
found out
HD.
there were 960 or more UMD movies on the PSP.
Nice.
Actually,
Technology ahead of its time.
insane. Yeah.
For real.
Remember
Ooh,
the Game Boy
ooh.
Advance had that too?
Mhm.
Like the videos?
Speaking of PSP, Gabe, if you want a good but
I
hard
think he's played it,
emulator
he said.
Pokemon game, oh, did you play Liquid Crystal?
I've started it. Yeah.
Did you find it hard as shit?
I think it was harder. Yeah.
Okay, because
Yo, you don't learn
Colin-
water gun till level 13.
yeah, I was playing Colin's file and like Totodile was level like 11. And I'm like, yo, this motherfucker knows Scratch and Leer. Like, what the hell's going on?
Yeah.
I'm like, Colin, when does Totodile learn water gun? Because I'm like, I swear it was like 6 or 7. Colin's like, yeah, it's supposed to be like 6. I'm like, what the fuck? And then we didn't learn it till 13. And everything's just hard as shit.
Yeah. But it's fun. Fun. hard?
I mean, it's fun and like it's cool how they did like the music because like
Mhm.
I do say it's got a little too much trumpets in it, but I mean, it kind of makes sense with the sound limitations they have for the
Yeah.
GBA games. But
Great.
yeah, it's fun, and the selection's good. Like, I have a Numo on my team.
Nice.
That's rude.
Oh boy. All right. Well, boys, that's gonna be it for us this time. Don't forget to check our YouTube channel. And then be on the lookout for more videos such as Hot Shots Golf coming soon to theaters.
Nice.
Everybody say their goodbyes.
So long.
This is the Senate
Goodbye,
signing off.
farewell to you, my friends.